Hi, hello everyone. A big hi to all the बच्चा लोग in the classroom. कैसे हैं सब? How are you all doing? I know that many of you have completed the term one examination. I think you are in full josh, in full energy to learn the term two topics, isn't it? Let me know everything in the chat box, everyone. So let me see how much energy you all have, how much excited you all are. Hi, Jashandeep. Hi, Sabra. Hi Shraddha, Preeti, then Tanmay, Preeti, mera din. It was a busy day, I suppose, right? Lot much of things to be done because this is the starting of our week, है ना? So बहुत सारा काम था, so I had to do lot much of work. So hi Miara, yes, I'm doing good. I'm Sugamana. Thank you so much for asking. So a big hi to Eden, Shivang, Shraddha, Shreya, Ayush, to everyone in the classroom. So पता है क्या? Why we are here? Because here we are to start with the term two topics in today's class. So yes, how it is, I think uh, I have heard from many of my students that the term two topics are much easier compared to the term one topics. So let's see, are you also going to find it easier? And if you don't find it easier, what are you going to do? Together, we'll make the topics so much easier, isn't it? So yes, this is Ameer, your physics educator at Unacademy, and those who love me more used to call me Ameer Bhaiya, है ना? A bit of introduction about myself. I hope you all can see. I have an experience of more than 3.5 years in the field of teaching JEE, NEET, and board student. I'm a BTech graduate from NIT Calicut in mechanical engineering, and bachalo, I'm from Kerala, so I don't have a very good knowledge with the language of Hindi. So most of the explanation will be in English. ठीक है? बढ़िया. और क्या रितु, टर्म वन तो कंप्लीट हो गया, बिल्कुल हो गया. But चलो, can you all do a small favor to me and to all your friends? जल्दी से जल्दी हमारा सेशन शेयर करके बोल दे, okay? So the term two topics has started. This is the very first class. Come and join so that you won't miss any of the topic. Everyone, can you do that? Jashan, Chahat, all my प्यारा बच्चा लोग, Myara, Preeti. Okay, hi Bhumika. Okay, you'll do it, right? Okay. Yes, Bhumika, you can do it, bilkul. Now, have a look at our schedule. So today, on 22nd of November, as you can see, we are going to start with the mechanical properties of solids, right? And in the next 4 days, matlab till Thursday, which is 25th of November, we'll be continuing, where we'll be finishing off this particular chapter in this week itself, chotu chapter, eh? And on 26th, we'll be having the Menti quiz on this particular chapter. Let's see who's going to win that particular Menti quiz, right? But chalo, if you don't want to miss the live classes from your favorite teachers, be a part of this Telegram channel. The link is given right here, because in this Telegram channel, all the updates related to our YouTube channel will be given to you. Okay? So make sure that you're a part of it. Bugs Bounty kya hota hai bachcha log? Okay, it's a small program which can help you get so much of prizes. What do you have to do? Go to the description, you'll find a form, fill the form if you're finding any inappropriate content in the videos uploaded by Unacademy. So you'll get so many prizes if it is valid. Bachcha log, still the scholarship test is going on, right? Still the opportunity of being a part of Unacademy completely for free is still going on. When does it happen? Sunday at 1 p.m. You can see that for the first 25 rankers, certificate from Unacademy will be given to you. It's so amazing, right? It's obviously a merit. Then for the first 3 rankers, 1 year ka plus subscription mil raha hai. Wow. That's amazing. ठीक है? Now, if you want to be a part of the scholarship test completely for free, use this code. It is completely for free, but you will have to use this code हमारा AMB10. Use this code, ठीक है? And be a part of this scholarship test. Now, I think you all have share the class with all your friends and ask them to join as soon as possible. In the meanwhile, I'll take 2 minutes so that I can explain what is the plus subscription, okay, to all the new students here in the chat form. Okay, now dekh le bachcha log. I know that every one of you is learning with YouTube nowadays, है ना? So if you feel like, okay, to be a part of this Unacademy subscription, what benefits you can enjoy? The first thing is, once you are a part of this plus subscription, we educators will be teaching you with a proper schedule, targeting everything. Okay? So what happens? Yes, you will feel so much comfortable to learn with this because everything will be in a proper order, and will also motivate you enough so that you will give your complete strength. Okay, and the huge progress will be seen in yourself. Then top educators of the country who's having a very good experience will be there to teach you. They'll be telling you what to study, what are the multiple choice questions you should be practicing, what are the examination pattern you should be thinking about, right? Everything they'll be telling you. You just want to follow them. You'll be ending up in the colleges. You are dreaming about mera bachcha log. फिर study materials will be given to you. Practice test and live test series, bachcha log, will make you super strong and will bring the best from every one of you. As we are almost at the academic year end, 6 months ka subscription is more than enough. I think it will cost you 1,667 per month, and use karle code AMB10. What will you get? 10% of discount and maximum offers, ठीक है, while you make the subscription. Don't forget the code. फिर क्या है? Iconic subscription. In Iconic, you'll get all the features of Plus, ठीक है, and some extra features such as personal mentor. ये कौन है? A person will be assigned to you, right? So that he'll be there to help with you with your academic activities throughout 24/7. Let's say for preparing your schedule, how to study, what to study. Even if you feel low, this person will be there just like a friend or a brother to you to pat on your shoulder and tell that all is well. Okay? Then live down solving classes will be there. Weekly reports will be given to you with all these super cool features. 6 months kafi hai, like I told you. It will cost you 2,833 per month. Okay, so use karle code AMB10. It's 10% of discount and maximum offers, and I think for all these super amazing offers, this is something affordable. Now, you don't have to think everything is you have to pay here with an academy, right? If you can ask 10 doubts in the Unacademy platform, first thing, your doubts will be solved. Second thing, 15 days of free Unacademy Plus subscription will be given to you for free. Wow, wow, what an offer, right? So those who haven't still downloaded the app, jaldi se jaldi download kar le, and for getting maximum offers, like I tell you all the time, use the code AMB10. But chalo, special classes are going on. So tomorrow we have a Polwar on complete syllabus of final preparation of term 1. Those who are having exams, so tomorrow or day after, come and join, be a part of it so that you can have a complete revision of all the topics of term 1. So the code is AMB10. Okay, use this and be a part of it. Done. Now it's time for our topic. Okay, Myara Harpan, bilkul, it's time to start. We are going to start. Yes, Bhumika, I'll be taking classes every day at 8 p.m. You just come here, I'll be here, right? From Monday to Friday. Every day means Monday to Friday. Okay, hi Devika. So tell me, are you all ready to start? Just tell me, everybody, put in the chat box, sir, you just start the class. Then we'll start. Shraddha is like with me, so let's start. Anshika, मैं तो बढ़िया. Super duper good evening, Abhimanyu. Thank you so much. Okay, so where is it? Tell me, sir. Just let's start. I want to start. Only if you say I can start with the classes. Yo, Sabra, Myara, ready? Bhumika, yes. Chahat, Preeti, Mom's Queen. Okay, let's do it. Now, but chalo, let me tell you, this is a very small chapter, right? Okay, no much application level questions that you can expect. Most of the questions will be direct. So whatever I teach you, just write down all the topics as such. Okay? Make a very good note, write down all the formulas, do all the questions here in the classroom. I can assure you full marks on this particular chapter. Okay? Okay. Now let's start with the chapter, which is mechanical properties of solid. But I'll start the class with a small question. Now, you are given with the task of make an aeroplane. Okay? The body of the aeroplane. What kind of materials will you choose? Tell me, what kind of materials will you choose, right? What all qualities will you be looking into when you pick up the materials while making the body of an airplane? Can you tell me? Chotu notebook pe. How many of you can tell me? What all qualities will you be looking into while you make the body of an airplane, while you choose the material? Okay, in simple words, we can say what? We'll be looking at those materials which are so strong enough, right? Because it should be carrying so much of people and it should be having the resistance to block all the winds and other things coming outside. One thing. And then we must also make sure that those strong materials are lightweight, isn't it? Yes. So similarly, I'm asking you, okay, we want to make a hairband. Okay, what kind of materials will you be choosing? Those materials which we can elongate a lot. Matlab, whenever we make some materials, right, the properties of those materials are very important. So in this particular chapter, we are going to understand different properties of the solids, because it is so much important, because it is based on the properties of this material. We use it for different purposes. बच्चा लोग, ठीक है? Okay, so nothing to write till now. It was a small general introduction. Take me. We'll start with the first topic, elasticity. Write down everyone. Everybody, write down what is elasticity. I'll just read down the definition. That itself is more than enough to every one of you to understand. सुन ले. The property of the body to regain its original configuration, मतलब length, volume or shape, whenever the deforming forces are removed, is called as elasticity. Is anyone scratching the head and thinking, what has sir just told now? बिल्कुल नहीं है ना. Simple sentence it is. देख ले. I'm really sorry. Something was troubling me inside my teeth. Okay, so that's why I'm really sorry for that weird instance. Anyway, देख ले. I have a small rubber in my hand. Okay, a rubber. Okay, so a small string of rubber is what I'm having. So to this particular rubber, I'm applying equal and opposite forces on its end. Can you tell me what happened to this rubber string? It will get expanded. है ना? देख ले, it will get expanded like this. So it will be attaining a new shape. Once we remove this external forces, what happens? Once we remove these external forces from this rubber, what happens? It will be regaining its original shape, isn't it? Isn't it? वो property को we just call it as elasticity. Now I think everyone in the class might have understood, right? Now you don't even have to by heart. Now you'll understand the definition. The property of a body to regain its original length, volume or shape whenever the deforming forces are removed is called as elasticity. ठीक है? Now someone will be thinking, sure, ये deforming forces क्या होता है? क्या deforming forces? The forces, that external forces that you apply on the body, right, which is actually changing the shape of the body or which is deforming the body, वो forces का नाम है deforming forces. In the picture देख ले, these two forces are actually changing the length of that particular string. So that forces are called as deforming forces. Write it down. समझ में आ गया? Elasticity means the ability of a material to regain its original configuration when deforming forces are removed. Elasticity. What is deforming forces? Just now we have defined. Isn't it? Everybody note किया क्या? जल्दी से जल्दी बता दें. Yes? Very good अर्पण, very good. बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. Clear है ना? छोटू सा concept है और क्या? इतना दिमाग लगाना की भी जरूरत नहीं है. Clear चाहत, crazy, महब, न्यारा, जशनदी. ठीक है. Okay. Now, those who are really slow है ना, you can pause the video or you can take a screenshot and take down the notes later. ठीक है? Okay. Now, those who want definition for what is deforming force, you can just note it down or take a screenshot. We already have discussed what is a deforming force, right? Okay. If you want, I can read it out. A force which produces a change in configuration of the object on applying on it is called as a deforming force. ठीक है? Is it clear? Okay. Now, this elasticity is a property. So, what do you call those materials? Those materials which gives out that property of elasticity, we call those materials as elastic materials. What do we call it? We call those materials as elastic materials. Those which can regain its original shape when deforming forces are removed. उसका नाम है elastic materials. Now, tell me, does all the forces regain its original shape? No, right? I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll give you an example. Just take a length which is made up of plastic. What is it? We are having a plastic of some length L. What am I doing? I'm applying a very large force, a very large deforming force. I'm applying on this length which is made up of plastic. क्या हो जाएगा? Obviously, उसका length will be changing, है ना? It will be attaining a new length. Now, this particular plastic, from this particular plastic, which has obtained a new length, I'm going to remove that external force. मतलब, I'm going to remove that deforming force. Is it going to attain its original shape, बच्चा लोग? Is it going to attain its original shape? नहीं है ना. It will be in this particular shape itself. So such kind of materials we call it as plastic materials. Not just the plastic we call it as plastic materials. Every materials which cannot regain its original shape after this deforming forces are removed, उसका नाम है plastic materials. ठीक है? Very important. Write it down. Okay. Now वो property को what do we call it? That property is called as plasticity. Okay, plasticity. वो property we call it as plasticity. वो materials we call it as plastic materials. Okay, those who want the definition, jaldi write it down. Those bodies which cannot regain its original shape once the deforming forces are removed, those materials called as plastic materials. That property is called as plasticity. Very good, very good. So I got a very group of students who can understand, okay, in a very simple manner. Wow, wow, wow. Myara, Chahat, Deepshika, okay. Shraddha, confused हो गई? आप ही confuse करने के लिए, what did I say? Just think about a rubber band and a plastic material, right? If you can think about that, how can you have a confusion here? Rubber band, if you apply some force, it will expand. If you leave it, it will be coming back to its original shape. That are called as elastic materials. ठीक है? Plastic, if you expand it and if you remove the external force, it will not be coming back to its original shape. That is called as plastic materials. अरे यार, इतना छोटू topic, है ना? इतना छोटू topic. All clear, right? Okay. So moving on. Now we already have discussed what is a perfectly elastic body, right? A body is said to be perfectly elastic if it regains its shape after the deforming force is removed, for example, rubber band, right? Okay, those who want the perfect definition can take a screenshot jaldi se. Bacha lo, those who are taking screenshot hai na, don't let it be a screenshot in your mobile phone throughout the entire academic year, right? Write it down. Okay, write it down in your chotu book after the class. ठीक है? Okay. Now, what is plasticity? Here we can have the definition: the inability of a body to return to its original size and shape, even on removal of the deforming force, is called as plasticity. ठीक है? That property is called as plasticity. Materials are called as plastic bodies. Done? Okay, what are restoring forces? I'll explain you. कोई बात नहीं. Don't worry, Shruti. Right? Everything what is there, right? I'll be explaining. Arpan, we haven't started with modulus of elasticity. कौन पूछेगा ऐसे question? When we start, है ना? I'll explain. Okay. Now. Okay, understood. Yeah, Myara. Everybody, most of the people do it. Now, we have defined what is plasticity. We have defined what is elasticity. Everything we have defined, right? Okay. Now, don't you all want to know what is making those materials to come back to its original shape? Okay. Why the materials are behaving as elastic and why some others are behaving as plastic? जानना चाहिए ना? What is happening inside those materials? ठीक है. देखिए. Think about the structure of a solid. How solids are made? I think you all have a very good knowledge about solids from chemistry classes, isn't it? Now, give me a small idea what is solids. Just like all other materials, solids are also made up of atoms or molecules, which are well arranged in a uniform fashion. है ना? Okay. Tell me, what is making these particular molecules to stay at a particular position? It is the inter-atomic forces acting between the atoms of the solids is making the atoms to stay in equilibrium and making it to stay in a definite position and giving solids a definite shape, right? It's interatomic forces which is holding all the atoms inside the solids and keeping it in a particular position. है ना? ये सबको पता है from your chemistry classes. I'm not going for that. Now, just try to compare the structure of a solid to this ball spring system. मतलब ये balls है ना? Okay, can you see all these balls? So just compare it to that of atoms inside the solenoids, and these are springs, and inside the springs we know that what forces are there? Spring forces, right? So compare the spring forces as the interatomic forces. Okay, interatomic forces which is holding the atoms inside the solids. ठीक है, इधर तक समझ गया? Okay, now to this particular solid, okay, or to this particular spring ball system, what I'm going to do, देख ले, I'm going to apply equal and opposite forces on either side. Okay, I'm just going to stretch the body. So what happens? Obviously, if I give stretching forces, yes, the entire system will start stretching. When the system starts stretching, what will happen to the spring? Spring will also start stretching, isn't it? When the spring stretches, a force is produced. Who can tell me? Jaldi se bata. Can you tell me when the springs are stretched, okay, a force is produced? Who can tell me? We have learned in the chapter of laws of motion. Jaldi se jaldi bata. Okay, नहीं तो सबको मिलेगा मुझसे. We have learned this particular in laws of motion, work for energy. In all the classes we have learned. जल्दी से in the chat box. बच्चा लोग. Atoms नहीं आ रहा है मेरा. Okay, only for small time. Only for small time atoms will be coming. Elastic forces नहीं, interatomic forces नहीं, tension force नहीं है. अरे restoring spring forces भूल गया क्या? अरे बच्चा लोग, if I expand this particular spring, right, a restoring spring forces developed inside the spring. What is its duty? To take back the spring to its original length, isn't it? So similarly, once you stretch this entire body, the springs are also stretched, right? So the springs inside the spring, a restoring forces are produced. They play opposite to the external force. Can you see? Opposite to the external force you are applying, a spring force is developed. है ना? So this keep on getting expanding. मतलब the entire ball spring mass system will keep on getting expanded till what position? Till the external force equal to the spring force, है ना? So till the external force equal to the spring force, this entire system keep on expanding. Once they are equal to each other, the body will be attaining a new shape and it will be equilibrium in that particular position. ठीक है? Now, if I remove this external force, if I remove the external force from the system, what will happen? Yes, the spring force, Anna, dekh le, yes, spring force, what will it do? Yes, the entire spring force will be used for taking back those ball to its original shape, isn't it? Similarly, if we are expanding this particular solids by applying external force or deforming forces, what happens? Yes, and interatomic forces are produced. We call those interatomic forces as restoring force. What do we call? Okay, just like here we have spring forces. Okay, the force produced between the atoms, we call it as restoring forces are produced. Okay, opposite to the external force that you apply. Okay, and if you are removing that external force, that restoring force will be taking the body to its original position. समझ में आ गया? So if the restoring force is strong enough to take back all those atoms to its original position, then we call those materials as, yes, elastic materials. Okay, and if these restoring force doesn't have that much of strength, okay, thoda force hai, okay, it cannot take back those atoms to its original position. Those materials we call it as what? Plastic materials. Those materials we call it as plastic materials. अब समझ में आ गया? अब समझ में आ गया बच्चा लोगों को? समझ में आ गया ना? What is elastic materials and what are plastic materials? Is it clear? Right? How it is acting? Yes, once we are providing an external force on the body, right, a restoring force is produced well inside the body. Just like in this particular system, the spring forces are reduced. And it is this restoring force which is responsible for taking back the body to its original shape. Okay, pure Punjab, okay, आपका नाम ले लिया, and there is a rule in the class. If I want to take the name of someone, you should pay me 100 rupees. Okay, Google Pay करना ही है. Okay, ऐसे फ्री में नाम ले लूंगा. Either you have to provide the answer in the chat box, ठीक है? नहीं तो 100 rupees पेटीएम करो. पेटीएम करो. Clear? Clear? Preeti, Pure, Khushmit, Aditya, Myara. Clear. Okay. या Zain, बिल्कुल. Okay, so ठीक है. Now you all got an idea about what is restoring force. Someone asked me, sir, ये restoring force क्या होता है? Now I hope you all know what is restoring force, है ना? Clear? With a smile. Where is the smile, बच्चा लोग? अरे smile कहाँ है आप लोगों का? Smile कहाँ है? देविका, पलक, आयुष, crystal clear, है ना? Okay. So that is not smile, Khushmi. That is like laughing. When I say jokes, you can laugh. मैं कुछ joke बोला है क्या? जो कुछ भी नहीं बोला. Yes, very good. Ayush, Purna, I can see the smiles from everyone. Okay, बिल्कुल बढ़िया. So this is a question which we can do it now. नहीं, that is not something which we can do it now. Okay, that is our out of syllabus topic. ठीक है. Now we'll move forward. Okay, we'll move forward and start with a new topic. जल्दी से लिख ले heading. हमारा नया heading आ गया stress. Another important topic. Okay, now what is stress? First, read the definition, then I'll explain like we do all the time. Read the definition, bacha log, everyone. Those who want to write can write also. The internal restoring force per unit area of cross section of the deformed body is called as stress. Everybody like, sir, kya hai? Okay, koi baat nahi. I'll explain. Let's say this is wall. To the one end of a string is connected to the wall, other end is free. To this free end, I am giving some external force on the body. Okay, what happens? Yes, the body expands. The body expands and will be attaining a new equilibrium length. Tell me, the body keeps on extending till what position? Till the restoring force. kaha hai hamara restoring bhaiya? Yes, when the body is extended, a force is produced. 2 minutes before I have told you, वो force का नाम है restoring force, right? So the body keeps on extending itself until the restoring force is equal to the external deforming force, right? Okay. So can you see this restoring force? ठीक है? Can you see this area over which the forces are acting? Can you see that? Yes. Okay. Everybody can see that. Bilkul, sir. Okay. Now take the ratio of that. That restoring force divided by the area over which acting. Okay. इसका नाम है stress. We usually use that particular symbol of sigma. ठीक है, इसका नाम है stress. The restoring force developed per unit area is defined as stress. Okay, in most of the cases, 99% cases, if the body is not breaking down, okay, matlab if the body is not breaking, the external force will be equal to the restoring force. ठीक है, make sure that inside the definition you use the word restoring force. Okay, because stress is not external force by area, it is the restoring force developed inside the body per unit area. Very good definition, Abhimanyu. Okay, is it clear? Clear. So here we are taking deforming force up till elastic deformation. We'll talk about all those things. We are going to the graph, है ना Purna? So once we reach there, I'll be giving a beautiful explanation. But abhi tak ye okay, because let's not make confusions here. We'll go slowly, step by step, so that you can understand every topic. So लिख लिया ना सबने? Yes, चाहत, भूमिका, साक्षी. Okay. Okay, someone is asking, sir, internal force को कैसे measure कर सकते हैं? अरे देख ले, internal force will be equal to the external force that you apply, isn't it? Because it is till that point the body keeps on expanding. Okay, when the body stops expanding, you can understand, right? The net force is zero. इसका मतलब the external force that you apply, ठीक है? And the restoring force developed inside the body are equal, ठीक है? So you don't have to go inside just like a rat. Okay, then देखना पड़ा ऐसे. Okay, ये है restoring force. Let me start measuring. ऐसे कुछ नहीं करना है, ठीक है? So just measure the external force, right? And that divided by area itself will be equal. So clear है ना, छोटू सा concept. Okay, now we are going to divide the stress into three types. Okay, divide the stress into three different types. Start writing, everyone. Okay, now it's your turn. Okay, now here in this case, which dimension of the body is changing? Which dimension is changing when the deforming forces are applied? Length of the body, you know? Is it the length of the body that is changing here? Yes. So these kind of stresses, right, where the length of the body changes, उसका नाम है longitudinal stress. Whatever we were defining till now was actually the definition for longitudinal stress. Okay, what is longitudinal stress? The stress that is developed during the change of length of the body, we call it as what? Yes, longitudinal stress. ठीक है? Okay. Now, longitudinal stress again we are going to divide into two. अरे बाप रे सर कितना डिविजन करेगा? Okay, आपको यही काम है. मुझे यही काम करना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो आपका मार्क 0 हो जाएगा एग्जाम पे. सो जल्दी से लिख लें एवरीवन. ओके, सो this longitudinal हम दो, which means we are going to divide it as two. Which are those two divisions? Yes, one is tensile stress. When do we call a longitudinal stress as a tensile stress? In that case, right, by the application of external force, the length of the body is increased. Okay, with the application of external force, है ना, if the length of the body is increased, then the stress produced. Separately एक दूसरा नाम दे दिया बस. Okay, उसका नाम है tensile stress बस. When do we call compressive stress? Compressive stress भी है क्या? और क्या? Compressive stress भी है. When do we have this compressive stress? देख ले. Now we are having a length of a material. To this we are giving compressive forces. क्या हो जाएगा? Is it length going to increase? नहीं, वो फिर भी छोटा हो जाएगा. बच्चा लोग देख ले, छोटा हो जाएगा. So this, the stress developed during this particular point of time, उसका नाम है compressive stress. Okay, longitudinal stress is called as tensile when the body is expanded, right? When it is compressed, stress का नाम दे दिया compressive stress. Just note down two names, that is more than enough. Just draw the figure, you just have to understand वही है. हाँ Abhimanyu, tensile and compressive. Okay, so we are having the doubt of sir, ये force per area, isn't it same thing as pressure? Now everybody will be having the doubt, sir, ये stress और pressure एक ही है क्या? बिल्कुल भी नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. We all are humans. My name is Ameer and your name will be some A, B, C, D. Are we saying though we are humans? बिल्कुल नहीं. Though the formula is same, it is not same. Pressure is a different quantity, right? Stress is another quantity. Okay, shall I give you some points which is not so much required here? Somebody asked me, right? They are not at all equal. First, let me write. Stress, though the formula are equal, dimensions are equal, sub-equal, is stress not equal to pressure all the time. There are some instances where they are equal, but stress is not equal to pressure all the time. ठीक है? Write it down. Can you give me 2-3 reasons? Can you give me 2-3 reasons? First one, stress is actually the restoring force per unit area. ठीक है? And what is actually pressure? Pressure मतलब the external force that you apply on the body per unit area is called as actually pressure. ठीक है? Okay, that is one thing. I'm just giving you. You actually, if you want to, you can note it down. Right? Those who don't want to, it's totally fine. Just listen to. Then the other difference is that pressure is always compressive. Pressure always compresses the body. छोटा करता है. Okay, but in the case of stress, is it only decreasing its size? देख ले. We can see that it is increasing its size, it is decreasing its size. You will also see in the next case that it will be making a small sliding position like that. Okay? So stress will be happening in all these cases. Okay? But pressure is only compressing. Okay? Okay. Oh, wait. So these are the 2 points, you can note it down, which differentiate stress and pressure. We'll come up with lot many points as we move forward. Okay? अभी के लिए ठीक है. So what you can tell now? Bachalo, what all you can tell now? क्या कह सकते हैं आप लोगों को, क्या कह सकता है आप लोगों को? What is the small conclusion you can make from here? Is stress equal to pressure? अरे बच्चे लोग कुछ तो बोल दे, जल्दी बोल दे, नोट कर रहा है, ठीक है जल्दी नोट कर ले। आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया, बिल्कुल बढ़िया बात है फिर। ओके क्लियर अर्पण, बढ़िया फिर, बढ़िया बढ़िया बढ़िया। ओके वी गोना प्रोसीड फर्दर, ठीक है। ओके नाउ सेकंड स्ट्रेस, एवरीबॉडी राइट इट डाउन। Okay, so the second kind of stress we call it as shear stress. Everybody, okay. The kind of formula that we are going to be having will be always force per area. But let's see, when do we call a stress as a shear stress? Dekh le, we are having a cube like this, everybody. Okay, we are having a cube. Okay, so this is the upper surface area. Okay. Now, I am going to apply a force tangential to the surface area. Matlab, just by pushing on that upper surface area, I am giving a horizontal force on the body. What happened? Think that the bottom part is fixed. Okay, whatever is the bottom portion वो fixed है. So on the upper part, I am giving a huge force. ऐसे push कर रहा है. So tell me what happens. The body will start making an inclination like this. Can you see? The body will start making an inclination, and this will be the new position the body will be attaining, isn't it? है ना? बिल्कुल. So this kind of stresses we call it as shear stress. Okay, those stress that is produced inside the body whenever the force is applied parallel to the surface area, we call it as shear stress. One last time definition, those who want to note it down, jaldi se note kar le. Shear stress is produced inside the body, okay, whenever you apply an external force parallel to the surface area. Okay, parallel, here it is not perpendicular, we are applying a force parallel to the surface area. So that parallel force per unit area, we call it as shear stress. Simple, force will be the same, but the understanding is different. That's all. Note it down. बिल्कुल बढ़िया बात है. So all our hardworking students. ठीक है. So how many of you are going to learn the complete topic of term 2 along with me? Right. Somehow from this YouTube itself, how many of you think that yes sir, it is possible? We are going to make term 2 with you. So if you are thinking that you have to be making perfect note, ठीक है? Okay, note बनाना ही चाहिए in the classes. श्रुति, डिमेंशन फॉर्मूला ऑफ स्ट्रेस क्या होता है? अरे छोटू सा, फोर्स का डिमेंशन क्या है? ml_t raised to -2. एरिया का डिमेंशन क्या है? l square. तो कितना हो गया? ml raised to -1 t raised to -2. छोटू सा ना, राइट? प्रीति, डेफिनेटली मियारा, अभिषेक, सबरा, ओके, देन कौन कौन है? Mahesh, okay, everybody is there, I suppose. Yes, so let's regain that strength of various group. Okay, let's learn this topic together. ठीक है? Okay, very good, very good, very good. Preeti, I am with you. ठीक है, बढ़िया. Ready for the third one? Ready for the third one? Myara, Anand, Enmay, Purna, Nikki. Yes, start writing. The third kind of stress we call it as volume stress. Volume Q. Volume Q. देख ले. ये हमारा. Okay, this is some tub. Okay, this is some beaker, let's say, which is having water. Inside this particular beaker, if you keep some material, okay, if I am keeping a volume of a material, what happens, right? Because of the excess pressure inside the liquid, right, this pressure will be giving forces on all the points on the surface area of this material. Can you see, right? I have just taken a material well inside the liquid, okay, because a large pressure is there inside the liquid, sabko pata hai na? Because of that force, okay, because of that large pressure, forces will be acting on all the points of that particular body and it will try to crush the body aise, right? So what will happen? An equal amount of, yes, restoring forces produced here, isn't it? We all know that. So that equal amount of restoring force per unit area, we call it as volume stress. And why the name volume? Because here in this case, right, those perpendicular forces acting on all the points, okay, are trying to change the volume of the body, है ना? देख ले, if you crush that particular ball, what is changing? Is it the area changing? Is it the length changing? बिल्कुल नहीं, the entire volume of that particular sphere is being changed. So that kind of stresses which changes the volume of the body, उसका नाम है वॉल्यूम स्ट्रेस. हाइड्रोलिक स्ट्रेस भी कह सकते हैं. वेरी गुड, वाह 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 अभिमन्यु, you have a very good knowledge. Okay, now can I reveal something? Can I reveal something? ठीक है. Okay, देख ले. Volume stress is restoring force per unit area, right? What is the formula for pressure? Pressure का formula क्या है? External force per unit area, है ना? देख ले इधर restoring force per area, pressure का formula इधर है external force per unit area. Just now I have told you small छोटू सा thing, right? That small concept क्या है? The restoring force is equal to the external force in that equilibrium state, है ना? When the body attains that equilibrium position, external force and the restoring force will be equal, isn't it? So what can we equate? देख ले, right hand side restoring force by area, external force by area are the same. So what is equal? जल्दी बता, जल्दी बता. Very good. The pressure that is acting on this particular body and the volume stress in this particular case alone, in the case of volume stress, are the same. Very important. Very important मतलब बहुत important. What's the important thing that I have just told you? Yes, the volume stress is equal to the pressure. लिख लिया सबने? हाँ. Shear stress is pressure. Very good पूर्णा, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही. अच्छा बच्चा, good 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 good. Shear stress is equal to pressure अभिमन्यु, बहुत बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया. So don't forget, in the case of volume stress क्या होता है वो? Pressure होता है. ठीक है, नोट किया ना? और क्या सर? और क्या? बिल्कुल बिल्कुल नोट किया सर. Noted? Okay, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. So ठीक है, I think one question is actually waiting for us. Okay, a छोटू सा question. छोटू सा question. Okay, try in your own method. I think you all have learned a bit about pressure, है ना? Pressure inside the water. Have you learned? Okay, noted Abhimanyu. Okay, okay, then Jad Sakshi, yes. Tell me, have you learned about the pressure inside a liquid in your 9, 10 standard classes? Hydraulic pressure formula for that, है ना? I think everybody of you. Okay, so based on that, ये problem कर ले. अच्छा problem है. Yes, Preeti, Devika noted. ठीक है, बिल्कुल बढ़िया. ये question करके let me see who's the very first person to give me the correct answer. जल्दी से. Didn't? Okay. Yes, okay. Some of you have learned in 10th standard, है ना मेरा? हाँ, very good, very good, very good. Okay, those who have learned, try doing this problem. Those who haven't, कोई बात नहीं, I'll explain. Okay, कोई बात नहीं, I'll explain. Fine. Okay. जशनदीप बोल रहा है कि ऑप्शन बी है. फिर ईथन बोल रहा है कि ऑप्शन बी है. So D from fluid mechanics, you have learned fluid mechanics पूर्णा. बढ़िया, वाह वाह वाह. D, okay, good. Then अभिमन्यु बोल रहा है कि B. Then पलक बोल रहा है कि B. Shreya, B option is correct. So B, then Arpan, D, Purva, I think B. Okay, so I can have a mix of option between B and D. Preeti is like D बोल रहा है. Okay, हमारा correct option D. Okay, everybody is like, sir, Q, why not B? Why it is D? I'll explain. Okay, now those who don't know. Okay, those who don't know, I'll tell you. Let's say this is the water level. We have a point which is at a height of h from the surface of the water, right? So the total pressure experienced by any body at this point, write it down. The total pressure experienced by any body at a point which is inside at a depth or a height of h from the surface is given as P is equal to P naught plus, ये P naught क्या होता है? Atmospheric pressure. P naught is atmospheric pressure plus H rho G. Okay, many of you might have learned in your 10th standard classes. Those who haven't learned, कोई बात नहीं. Mechanical properties of solids we are learning right now, है ना? उसके बाद what do we have? Mechanical properties of liquids is what we are having. and same thing we'll be learning there. कोई बात नहीं, we are going to learn. ठीक है? Okay? फिर बढ़िया. Now you might have understood the formula. Now read the question. Now read the question. An air-filled balloon is at a depth of 1 kilometer. Don't forget to convert to meter. Below the water level in an ocean. ठीक है? The normal stress on the balloon is. Okay, so tell me, if the balloon is inside the liquid at some height, it will be experiencing a stress. Tell me, what do we call that stress? वो stress का नाम क्या होता है? That stress experienced when it is inside the liquids and all, we call that stress as hydraulic stress or volume stress, isn't it? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. We also have one more thing, that volume stress is equal to pressure at that particular point, isn't it? Yes or no? Very good, Ethan, Purna. Yes, Bhumika. Right, volume stress. Very good, Sakshi. Huh. What is the formula to calculate the pressure at that point? Write it down. P naught plus H rho G. हो गया. Now just substitute P naught का value, मतलब atmospheric pressure 10 power 5, isn't it? Plus what is height of the point from the surface? 1 kilometer. Okay, this height is given as 1 kilometer. Write it as 10 power 3 meters. Okay, into rho क्या है बच्चा लोग? Density. Okay, density कितना? Density of the water 10 power 3. ठीक है, फिर G at last is 9.8. Write it as 9.8. हो गया. So this is 1 into 10 power 5. 10 power 5, I hope I can write as 1 into 10 power 5, right? 9.8 into 10 power 3 into 10 power 3 is 10 power 6, right? I'm going to write it as 98 into 10 power 5. So ये कितना हो गया? 98 plus 1 is 99 into 10 power 5, which is equal to 9.9 into 10 power 6. So अब समझ में आ गया? I think everybody who have given the option B, छोटू mathematical problem. Clear? Those who are clear, जल्दी से नोट कर ले, जल्दी जल्दी फटाफट. बड़ा वाला बुक में लिख रहा है अपनी आराम से, ठीक है? जल्दी लिख ले. Clear? Yes, Sakshi. So when we have option B, why to choose? Now I hope you understood, right? Good evening. Okay, Jashandeep, noted. Okay, so I hope you all got an idea about stresses, है ना? So we are done with stresses. Shall we move to strain? If you all give me permission, and if you tell and yell in the class, sir, just go. Let's go and crack the strain topic. Shall we go to the strain? जल्दी बोल दे. You didn't understand? अरे देख ले. Just look into this mathematics में आ रहा. You'll understand why it is not B and D. Okay, just look into the mathematics. Lots of stress around. Stress तो होता ही है, because I know that I also have came through all these things, है ना? Okay, I also have gone through all these छोटे things of 11th and 12th, but I know that what you all are thinking. This is the biggest problem in life. Somehow to overcome this 11th and 12th. बिल्कुल नहीं. Let me tell you my honest, okay, as a person who's having at least 2-3 years elder to you. I know that you're not going to believe me. Okay, so anyway, right, a bit elder to you, I'm right. I hope you all know that. So with that experience, I'm telling you, these all are not at all problems in your life. Okay, it's problem, but this is not the biggest problem. So many bigger things you are going to face, bachalo. Actually, I'll say that these are your happy times. I'll say pakka, with my 100% guarantee and surety, I can write it down and say, right, this is one of the amazing life you're going through. This +1, +2, your college life, everything. Okay, so enjoy it. Do whatever you're supposed to do. Matlab, learn it. Okay, prepare for your career. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, ठीक है. So enough of lecture and all those big speeches. ठीक है. Let's get back to our topic. देख ले. Strain. क्या होता है? There is a big definition of a strain here. let's read the definition. Okay, then I'll explain you what is actually strain. Just read the strain ka definition, everyone. When the size or shape of a body is changed under an external force, obviously when stresses are applied, so the body is changing its size or shape, the body is said to be strained. Okay, then we say that the body is said to be strained. Okay, now the change occurred in the unit size of the body is called as strain. I'll explain you this particular statement. Okay, those who want to write can write it down. The definition for strain, I'll explain what is strain. Okay, the definition is the change occurred in the unit size of the body is called as strain. Okay, everybody, I suppose you have noted down or take a screenshot. Okay, done. Now I'll explain you strain क्या होता है बच्चा लोग, देख ले अच्छे से, देख ले अच्छे से. Okay, you are having a material of initial length L0, its equilibrium length is L0. I'm applying external force, क्या हो जाएगा, until the external force equal to the restoring force, the body keep on expanding, right? Let's say this is the new length the body has attained, L, right? And from this position the body has expanded to a new length of delta L. मतलब the increase in its length is delta L. L0 is its initial value of length, L is its final value of length. ठीक है? Now the strain is defined as the change in length here, delta L, to the original length L0. Not L, not the final length we are taking here for the calculation of strain. Very important, it is the change in length मेरा बच्चा लोग divided by original initial length L0. वो होता है longitudinal strain. वो होता है क्या बच्चा लोग? Longitudinal strain. Everybody clear? So there you have longitudinal stress, which is associated with change in length of a body. The strain that is produced here, we call it as longitudinal strain. Formula क्या है? Delta L by L. Very important. Write it down. Preeti, sir, your Hindi has improved so much, है ना? बिल्कुल. I am also thinking in the same way. Okay, now मुझे थोड़ा confidence आ गया हिंदी में बात करने पे. I think I am correct with that grammatical thing. Anyway, so हो गया ना? Okay. So change in length to original length is longitudinal strain. ठीक है? So when will the class end? अरे अभी शुरू किया है, आपको end करना है class. Okay, 15-20 minutes में end करेगा, ठीक है ना बच्चा? Okay. Okay. Next, volumetric strain. Remember that concept of volume stress? याद है ना? जिसको याद नहीं है आंखें बंद कर ले और याद कर लीजिए सबने. Just think about that moment where I have told you regarding volumetric stress, volume stress, where the volume of the body is changing, isn't it? So the formula for volume strain, same here. In this case, length of the body was changing. So the formula for strain is change in length to original length. Here the volume of the body is changing. Formula क्या होता है? Change in volume to original volume होता है. और क्या? Write it down. Second strain, okay, second kind of strain, volume strain, change in volume to original volume. Shall I ask doubt other chapter? ठीक है? So whenever I take that chapter, you can ask that specific doubt. ठीक है? हो गया ना? हाँ, here stress is equal to pressure, that we have done है ना Abhimanyu? We already have done a question also. I hope you have written this down. The third kind of strain is called as shear strain. Here we are not seeing a specific change in length or a specific change in volume. Actually the shape of the body is changed, है ना? देख ले, from its initial position ऐसे, if you apply a tangential force, what will happen? The body will make an inclination and this will be the new shape of the body. ठीक है? So can you see the upper edge has shifted by x? Can you see that? Can you see the upper edge has shifted by x? Yes. Can you see this length L? Right? Okay. So here the tangential strain is given by the formula of x divided by L. Okay, tangential strain is actually called as x divided by L. Okay, displacement of upper face, which is x, divided by distance between the two faces. This is one face, this is the bottom face, the distance between them is L. So here the tangential strain is x by L. देख ले, look into the figure properly बच्चा लोग. 30 seconds, देख ले. I'll mark it with different color. देख ले. Can you see this angle? Can you see this angle phi? If that phi is being defined, can you directly find tangential strain? If you know that particular angle, कर सकता है? Okay. Shada, Myara, Rashi, पता है क्या? If you know that phi, can you find tangential strain directly? अरे, x is opposite side to phi and L is adjacent side to phi. So x by L क्या होता है? Anyone? अरे किसको भी नहीं. Everybody, nobody is listening to the class हो क्या? अरे ब्रिजेश, very good. मेरा अच्छा बच्चा, समझता बच्चा ज़्यादा in the class. Very good. वो tan theta ही होता है ना? और here is it is phi, tan phi होता है. So either for finding shear stress, you can use a formula of x by L, or if this angle is given, you can find tan phi. हो गया? Okay. Is it done? No idea? जल्दी से get idea पलक, जल्दी से. Yes. Okay. With a smile. Smile है या नहीं? Smile है ना? जल्दी से बोल दे बच्चा लोग. Smile है या नहीं? Clear है ना प्रीति? म्यारा. Good. Okay. ये question तो हम कर दिया. Okay. और question तो नहीं है. अब Hooke's law है. Okay. Sir is receiving text late. हाँ, पता नहीं, maybe, है ना? Because there will be some time difference between the video that is going and the text that you are sending here. Now clear? With a smile. बिल्कुल. Clear? Okay. Okay. Ready to learn Hooke's law? Ready to learn? Okay. Okay. Now everyone. Hooke's law, when I give you the definition, right, and when I give you this is Hooke's law, you'll also be thinking, if I was born at that particular point of time, I could have also discovered Hooke's law. मतलब ये है कि Hooke's law is a very simple concept. Tell me. This is our body, okay? Some body which is having its initial length. Now, I'm giving some external force on the body, right? What happens? Obviously, its length will be increasing. मतलब the body will be having some strain. है ना? More is the amount of force. What will happen to the change in length delta L? More will be the change in length. है ना? More is the external force you apply, more is the change in length. ये force per unit area क्या होता है? Stress. ये change in length original क्या होता है? Strain. Now again give the definition. More the force, more the change in length. So force by area is stress. So more is the amount of stress, more is the amount of strain produced inside the body, isn't it? That itself is actually said in Hooke's law. Hooke's law says the strain that is produced inside the body, that change in length है ना, that is produced inside the body, is directly proportional to stress. वही है. देख ले कितने आसान है. Have a smile on your face. Clear? The stress is directly proportional to strain. And how will you convert this proportionality into an equation? You can write stress is equal to a constant into strain. In so many places, you will see that okay, this epsilon is used as a symbol for strain. You can use it, right? Sigma is used for stress, and converting this proportionality into an equation, new something came. What is came here? Okay, this is called as modulus of elasticity. ये constant है ना? This constant of proportionality का नाम है modulus of elasticity. It is not Young's modulus. Young's modulus is a specific term. This is a general term. Okay, what is Young's modulus? We'll learn later. Right now, this is more than enough. That constant of proportionality का नाम है modulus of elasticity. So stress is equal to modulus of elasticity into strain, and that is what is said in where? Hooke's law पे. Clear है ना? Hooke's law. What is Hooke's law? Everybody will be like, sir, with a smile. और क्या sir? बिल्कुल छोटू सा टॉपिक है. K is equal to modulus of elasticity. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. हो गया तो बता. If you all have noted down. नोट किया? नोट किया ना? Okay. Now, can you see the graph, बच्चा लोग? The graph is being plotted between stress and strain. So those materials which obeys Hooke's law, how will the graph be? When stress increases, strain also should be increasing. So it should be a straight line ऐसे, है ना? It should be a straight line ऐसे. Why? Why it should be a straight line? When a graph is plotted between stress and strain, stress is directly proportional to strain. Formula: sigma is equal to K times strain. Can you tell me, if I find out, okay, if this is phi, okay, if I find out the slope of this particular graph, how will you find slope? Tan phi, है ना? Tan of the angle it makes with the horizontal हमारा slope होता है for any graph, ठीक है? What you will be getting if you find the slope of this graph? What is tan phi? Opposite. What is there on the opposite? Stress divided by adjacent of the right angle triangle. Adjacent पे क्या होता है? Strain. What is stress by strain? From here rearrange कर ले. Sigma is equal to K times epsilon, which is strain. So sigma by epsilon, that is stress by strain, is equal to क्या? Stress by strain is equal to क्या? K. नाम है modulus of elasticity. नाम है बादशाह. Okay, बादशाह नहीं, इधर modulus of elasticity है, ठीक है? Fine. So from the stress strain curve, okay, if you find the slope, मिल जाएगा आप लोगों को modulus of elasticity मिल जाएगा. Okay, K मिल जाएगा. और क्या? Yes, Miara, very good. Dipanahi, I think I'm pronouncing it in the right way, right? Shada K, Himani, Chahat, yo, done. Okay, got it. बिल्कुल बढ़िया. Write it down. What is Hooke's law? Right? Make sure that for small deformation, मतलब in the initial case only, most of the body will be obeying Hooke's law, right? Because the body, if it keeps on being stressed, it will not be obeying Hooke's law. I'll tell you why. Okay? For the time being, just go with the definition. Right? For a small deformation, the stress of a body will be directly proportional to the strain. That is actually Hooke's law. हो गया? Done? नीलम शर्मा, sure. Are you from Pakistan? अरे बाप रे, मुझे पाकिस्तानी बना दिया आप. I'm a true, what do you say? True patriotic, right? Indian. I love my India. Na 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 na. Okay, हो गया. Until and unless Kerala is in Pakistan, okay, ठीक है, I won't be from Pakistan, ठीक है. तब मैं अफगानिस्तानी बन गया मुझे. Up to elastic deformation, yes, it is Purna. The word I haven't used elastic deformation because it's not necessary everybody can understand, right? So once we define the graph, I'll explain about elastic deformation. For the time being, make it as small deformation. Okay, वही काफी है. कौन बोल रहा था नीलम ऐसे? Okay, who is making all these kind of rumors? कहाँ चलता है ऐसे बातें? वो पहले बता दे मुझे. कहाँ चलते हैं ऐसे बातें? Okay. ओके. लैग? अरे बिल्कुल नहीं. बच्चा लोग लैग नहीं है ना? है क्या लैग? ओके, सो म्यारा इज देयर टू सपोर्ट मी, थैंक यू सो मच. और कौन है मेरे साथ टू प्रूव दैट आई एम एन इंडियन? ओके, नो लैग है ना प्रीति, सबरा, म्यारा, प्रीति. ओके, पूर्णा, गुड गुड गुड. क्वेश्चन करेगा एक अच्छा वाला क्वेश्चन, व्हाट डू यू ऑल से? एक ब्यूटीफुल वाला क्वेश्चन. ओके ओके, अच्छे से कर ले क्वेश्चन. लेट मी सी हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर गोना गिव मी द आंसर फॉर दिस. ओके, गो फॉर इट मेरा बच्चा लोग, गो फॉर इट. डू इट, आंसर कर ले, आंसर कर ले. अच्छा वाला क्वेश्चन दे दिया आप सब लोगों को. सर आपकी बॉटल बड़ी अच्छी है. अरे वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड गिफ्टेड मी, एक्चुअली आई विल कन्वे द सेम टू दैट पर्सन. ठीक है, दैट पर्सन विल बी हैप्पी एक्चुअली. श्रुति मी गुड. विजेश बोल रहा है कि सी, सी कहाँ है? ओके, देन शुभम बोल रहा है कि सी. चाहत बोल रहा है कि सी. प्रीति इज लाइक सर बी ऑप्शन. Palak is like C. Okay, so yes. Okay, so shall we start? Can I'll first define you or give you some important definitions and formulas. From there we can start doing the question. Okay, first I'll give you some important formulas from here, then we'll start doing the formula question. ठीक है, देख ले. तो चलो. So initially we have a body of length L0, okay, or L, let's say. ठीक है. Now we are applying some external force on the body. What happens? The body undergoes deformation, or let's say the body expands, and the amount by which it is expanded, let me mark it as delta L. Okay, and let's say this new length is L dash. So tell me, how do you connect L, delta L and L dash? Any idea? Yes, the new length L dash is equal to, how will you write? Initial length L plus delta L. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear मेरा अच्छा लोग? ठीक है. Next information that I want to give you is from Hooke's law. What is it? Stress is equal to the modulus of elasticity, that is K, into strain, isn't it? Okay. Now we are talking about the longitudinal stress and longitudinal strain in the question. So ठीक है. What is the formula for stress here? Force by area, है ना? ठीक है. So K is modulus of elasticity. So epsilon क्या होता है? Strain, change in length to original length. Why I have used that particular formula? We are talking about the longitudinal strains and stresses. ठीक है. Now from here, बच्चा लोग make छोटू-सा rearrangement. What is that छोटू-सा rearrangement? I am going to make a formula for delta L. Delta L is equal to FL, okay, FL divided by A, okay, FL divided by AK. Okay, so keep also this as one of the information. So we need two formulas for doing this. This is the first formula and this is the second formula. Now let's do. The length of an elastic string is a meter, right? Is a meter, matlab the length is a, right? Not meter, right? The length is a. When the longitudinal tension is, matlab when you are applying a force of 4 Newton, uska length hai a. Okay, it becomes a b meter when it's a force we are applying as a 5 Newton. Question ye ki what is the length of the string in meters when we are applying 9 Newton? ठीक है, यही question है. So we have to go step by step for doing this particular problem. Okay. Now A क्या होता है? A is the length of the body when you are applying some external force on the body. So how will you write a length that is obtained by a body? L का formula क्या है? L dash, है ना? the length of a body that is currently the body is having when an external force is obtained. Here according to our figure L dash है, formula क्या है? L plus delta है ना? ठीक है. Now tell me initially what is the length of the body? A. So when you are applying a force, the length of the body is given as A is equal to L. Initial length we don't have any idea, so let's put it as L itself. Plus delta L का formula I have written it here. देख ले बच्चा लोग. Formula क्या है? FL divided by area into modulus of elasticity. Length, initial length, वो तो constant है, right? Area is also a constant, that is not going to change. Modulus of elasticity, we are using the same material, that is also a constant. So I'm going to make a new formula for delta L as it is equal to force L by A के है ना, I'm gonna keep it as C, मतलब वो constant है throughout the problem. So L by A के I'm gonna keep it as a constant. So delta L का formula क्या आता है? Force into C. कोई गड़बड़ है क्या? Is there an issue here? कुछ भी नहीं है ना? So yes, L plus. Tell me when the length of the body is A, उसका force कितना? Substitute कर ले वो. Force कितना? 4, right? वो हो जाएगा 4C. Is it clear? Right? Or it will be better, right, if you use 1 by K, because if we use the term of 1 by C, the question will be more easy to do. Okay, it will be more easy to do. That is the only thing. So L by AK, I'm putting it as 1 by C. Oh yeah. So formula will be for delta L is F by C. Okay, I'm keeping the constant at the denominator. Why? कुछ भी नहीं, so that the calculation will be a bit easier. So just now I thought okay, let's make the changes. वही है. Okay, okay, और कुछ नहीं किया मैं. Is it fine? We have the first formula. A is equal to L plus 4 by C. Then when the length of the meter is B, how will you write it as a formula? That is L plus force by C. What is the force? 5. So 5 by C. We have the second formula. This is the first formula. This is the second formula. Okay. Okay. 1 and 2 we already have used here. Right? This is third, and let's say this is fourth. Okay. Question A. The length of the strain in meters when the longitudinal strain is 9 Newton. Question क्या है? What is the length of the body when it is 9 Newton? What's the basic formula for length? L plus F by C. है ना? देख ले. What is the general formula for length? L plus delta L. L plus F by C. ठीक है? Okay. This is equal to L plus force कितना? 9 divided by C. You might have understood what is left to be found out. Two things are left to be found out. We have to substitute for this L from the previous equation. We have to substitute for the C. Okay, once this is done, okay. Okay, so I am also doing this. Actually, I could have told bacha log do the mathematics problem by yourself, but I'll help you. First formula, I'm going to write it. A is equal to L plus 4 by C. B is equal to L plus 5 by C. Let's check it. L plus 5 by C. This was our third and this was our fourth. Okay. So what I'm going to do is equation 4 minus equation 3. क्या हो जाएगा? On the left hand side, B minus A. Okay. L minus L on the right hand side, 0 हो जाएगा. 5 by C minus 4 by C, 1 by C हो जाएगा. Okay, so we got the value for 1 by C. देख ले, 9 by C is equal to B minus A. So this is equal to plus 9 into 1 by C. 1 by C कितना बचा लो? B minus A. हो गया. 9 by C, that is 1 by C is B minus A. कोई problem नहीं है ना? Okay, कोई problem नहीं है ना? ठीक है. Now a छोटू और small thing I have to make it here. A small substitution mode. Looking at the equation 3, A is equal to L plus 4, L plus 4 into 1 by C, right? For 1 by C, I'm going to substitute it as B minus A. कर दिया बच्चा लोग? हो गया ना? So देख ले, L plus cross multiply, that is 4B minus 4A. That is A. Taking this minus 4A to the right, left hand side, that will be 5A. माइनस ये 4b हो जाएगा, माइनस 4b is L. मतलब we got the substitution for L load. So कितना 5a minus 4b. Okay, now do the math. 9b minus 4b कितना 5b, right? Okay, then 5a minus 9a is minus 4a. Final answer, here it is. The length of the body when we are applying an force of 9 Newton is 5e minus 4a. Is it clear? Is it clear? And how was the question? Tell me. Bacha log, tell me how was the question. Tell me also this. Shruti, Tanmay, Raj, Chahat. Option not present. 5b minus 4a. अरे तो ओके ऑप्शन चेंज हो गया था 5b minus 4a. यहाँ पे ऑप्शन है ना, राइट? आई थिंक मे बी व्हेन कंटेंट वाज डेवलप्ड थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो गया बिटवीन a and b. इट इज 5b minus 4a. ठीक है? हाँ वाह मानसी, आपका एग्जाम हो गया? अरे बिल्कुल बढ़िया, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड. एग्जाम वाज इजी, वाह. और क्या? टेल मी द मार्क्स आल्सो वंस यू गेट द पेपर. ठीक है? बिट ट्रिकी वन, बट समझ तो आ गया या नहीं आ गया वो बता पहले. ट्रिकी तो होता ही है. ओके, because I'm training you so that you can come after or you can come out of any chotu tricks. Okay, so everyone is asking like, sir, easy but hard hai. So everyone is asking, sir, can you repeat it very fast? Okay, I can do that. Thoda bada problem, I'll explain it. First thing, I made an equation for the new length of the body, L plus delta L. Then I made an equation for delta L out of the Hooke's law formula. Okay? As length A and the modulus of elasticity is a constant, I have made the formula for delta L as F by C. Okay? So this delta L I have substituted here in the equation for length. So L dash is L plus delta L become L plus F by C. Okay? So according to the question, I have put A and apply the value of force. Then I have put B, apply the value of force. Then I have found out the value of L and C by solving the equation 3 and 4. Okay, and finally applied in the formula, I have substituted for L and C here and got the final answer. Is it clear? Clear है क्या बच्चा लोग? जल्दी बोल रहे with a smile. और क्या, like I told you, right? I'll prepare you for JEE or NEET level, है ना? मेरा पूरा बच्चा लोग, okay, will be like so strong. Whatever exam come है ना, board exam, JEE or NEET exam, whatever you need, है ना? तो फोड़ जाएगा, है ना? फोड़ जाना चाहिए. हिंदी करेक्ट है ना बच्चा लोग? फोड़ना मतलब to rock the exam and come out. Just tell me, मुझे बता नहीं. जैसे आ गया था. Yes. Yes भूमिका, चाहत ऐसे. Okay, you. Okay, so बिल्कुल. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So we'll crack it, है ना? और क्या बिल्कुल मुझे पूरा. Okay, stress strain curve we'll do it in next class. इस पे कर ले. So to the concept. Okay, last simple. Okay, you are telling previous question was बड़ा question, तो दे दिया छोटू question, ये कर ले अभी. Okay, last question for the day. After that, done आज के लिए. Then we'll meet tomorrow at 8 p.m. We'll continue. इसका answer? Yes, Bhumika, Chahat, Arpan. Answer? I'm constantly looking into the chat box ऐसे, ठीक है? So answer नहीं मिल गया मुझे अभी तक. कहाँ है आप लोगों का answer? अमन, yes. पलक जल्दी दे दे आंसर. सिंपलेस्ट और भी सिंपलेस्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं मिलेगा आपको. ये ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट, मे बी इट्स राइट. ओके ठीक है मानसी, बिल्कुल. अरे ये आंसर करने के लिए यू डोंट नीड टू वॉच एनी सेशंस. अरे f is equal to minus kx. F is a quantity on the y-axis. X is a quantity on the x-axis. Do you remember that formula for straight line? Y equal to mx plus c. Right? इधर का c कितना है? 0. Right? Okay. इधर का c कितना है? 0. So slope कितना है इधर का? Slope कितना है? Minus k. Even if you don't know Hooke's law है ना, if you don't know anything, if you know थोड़ा mathematics, आंसर दे सकते हैं ऑप्शन ए माइनस के. Is it clear बच्चा लोग? With a smile. Okay. So आज के लिए done. Now tell me, how many of you are going to learn this topic, do some extra multiple choice question and come prepared for the next class, so that all the topic that we are going to do, मतलब stress strain curve, ठीक है, Young's modulus, bulk modulus, rigidity modulus, ठीक है, all those topics will be much easier for you. Are you going to do that? Are you all going to do that बच्चा लोग? Yes, yes Arpan, Bhumika, Miara, Ethan, yes. Okay, yes. Will do पूर्णा, बिल्कुल बढ़िया, बिल्कुल बढ़िया. भूमिका, yes, very good. Then और कौन है? Yes. Okay, so I'm expecting every one of you to do it. Sabra, yes. Okay, ठीक है Miara, you can send me in the what Telegram, ठीक है? If anybody is having any doubts, है ना, you can just send me the doubts in the Telegram. Okay, you can find me with my name of Ameer Basith. Okay, anybody. And notes of this class I'll be uploading in Unacademy Class 11th and 12th Telegram group पे, right? By midnight I'll be uploading it. Plus also in Various and Legends group हमारा एक छोटा group भी है, ठीक है? In that particular group also I'll be uploading. If anybody want to be a part of that group, you can just text me and I'll add it to you. Okay, time of class 8 p.m. So fine है ना बच्चा लोग? Yes. Okay. Okay. Now we'll do the remaining topics tomorrow बच्चा लोग. All these questions सब we'll be doing it in tomorrow's class. कोई बात नहीं. Now, how many of you for the very last time? How many of you want to make a complete syllabus of final मतलब a final preparation from complete syllabus of term 1 topics? Last class होता है. This is the last revision you are going to get from the class 11 physics. How many of you want to? Because this will help you a lot for all JEE preparations and NEET preparations. So tomorrow there are special class at 4:30 p.m. So you can come and join. हाँ Mansi, before this we have done a very tough problem. Go and watch it. ठीक है? मेरा नाम Ameer Basith. You can just find me or you can just come and search me in Unacademy Class 11th and 12th Telegram channel. There also you can find me. Okay? Yes? Okay, fine. So I'm expecting every one of you one last time. Let's do the final preparation from term 1, na? Because after this we are never going to touch term 1 topics for a very long time, because we'll be completely engaged with term 2, na? One last time. So tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. we are having special classes on Unacademy Class 11th and Unacademy platform, है ना? So platform पे don't have to think that you have to pay. It is completely free special classes, right? Those who don't know how to come and join for special classes, कोई है क्या? Is there anyone? क्या करना है आप लोगों को? Yes, you just have to download the Unacademy app, log in कर ले. Okay, after logging in, go to the menu. Okay, download. I'll just write it down. Then log in. Okay, then go to the menu section बच्चा लोग. Menu से click on special. Okay, after clicking on special, type in the code AMB10. Okay, ये code use कर ले. You can be a part of the special class tomorrow. Okay, completely for free tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. जल्दी से जल्दी enroll कर ले. Okay, मेरे नाम पे ही है अर्पण. मैं क्यों फेक नाम यूज करना है? अच्छा नाम है ना मेरा, अमीर बासित. At least I feeling मेरा नाम is good. ठीक है. So these are the other batches which is going on मेरा बच्चा लोग. You can also be a part of it. ठीक है. Then steps to join quiz, right? These are the Unacademy special class features. There we'll have quizzes, bacha log. You can ask the doubts. Okay, we can have a real life interaction. Live polls will be there, and leaderboards will be there. Wow, wow, wow. So much of things, right? Okay. Now, enroll kiya mera? Good, good, good. So those who haven't liked the session, छोटू सा favor कर सकता ना? A small way of showing a very good, nice gesture to me, right? So you just can click on the like button and do let me know that you all have enjoyed the class. छोटू सा, okay? A small love from all my dear sisters and brothers to your bada brother, है ना? Okay. So you can like and share the class to with your all your friends also, ठीक है? And subscribe कर ले so that you'll get the notifications whenever a teacher goes live and everything. All the updates you'll be getting once you subscribe and click on that bell icon. So, okay. So Arpan Bhai, Mansi, Purna, Mom's Queen, Abhishek, so Shraddha, then Aman. Okay, so bye everyone. I'm going to end the streaming. So take care. Everyone take care. Let's meet tomorrow. We have two classes, one at 4:30, special class, and at 8 p.m. we have the regular class here. We'll continue with this chapter. Okay, bye bye.